It's time to face the bloody freaking Raven. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I'm the Philadelphia Whovian, and once again, we are doing a review of the 12 Doctor stories, going from beginning to the very end. Right now, we're in the middle of, or nearing the end actually, of Series 9 of the 12th Doctor's era, and now we're doing the episode Face the Raven. I believe written by Sarah Dollard, or Dollard. God, I'm bad at pronouncing names. Oh, God. I'm always going to be bad, guys. I am so sorry. I'm always going to be bad. Oh, I'm going to go with Sarah Dollard. I'm going with what's easiest to say. Alright, very talented writer, clearly she is. Unless it's a guy who has a girl's name. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. I'm going to assume you're a woman. Sorry. Let's just go with it. So, God, this video is falling away from me already. Okay, so for those of you guys who are new to my channel, I should let you know now. I am one of those YouTubers who sits in front of the camera and just talks. I have no technological skill whatsoever. This is just me, here before you now, doing her thing. I hope you guys enjoy it, and you're able to watch the whole thing. Okay, so what is the overall premise of Face the Raven? Well, we have the 12th Doctor and Clara, played by Peter Capaldi, and the exquisite Jenna Coleman as Clara, and they're riding along. It turns out Clara gets a call from her friend, who he has a, for lack of better terminology, countdown on him. There's a countdown on him, and where he's going to die once the countdown hits 0. And turns out he will die by a raven. By a raven that it flies along, and once it hits you, you pretty much die. And, you know, 12th Doctor and Clara have to find out, literally have to find out why he has this countdown on him, and then they find that there is this street in the middle of London where there are all these different aliens who are living there, etc. and so forth, and if anybody causes a penalty or does a wrongdoing, they will have to face the Raven. Well, they will be killed. And who is the person who is heading up this place? Al-Shidor, who was from the girl who died and the woman who lived, with the whole hybrid situation, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember what the hybrid is. Or what it really is. Guys, tell me what it is in the comment section. I just somehow missed it. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention very well. Either way, but Clara, she develops a very, clever scheme of, actually she'll take on the countdown from her friend, so that she's the one who ultimately faces the Raven, because it's something very cool. They're going to find out what the problem is, it's going to be solved, or actually by transferring it to her, then maybe he will not die, but neither will she, because it's on the wrong person. So she takes on the countdown herself without telling the Doctor. Ultimately, though, for reasons, it turns out when it's transferred to you, it really gets onto you, and the Doctor does not find a solution. It turns out Al-Shidor only did that to get the Doctor there. So this whole thing was a joke. It was a hoax. It turns out the guy was never in danger, but by Clara putting it on herself, it actually becomes a legitimate thing. And at the end of the episode, spoiler, I'm going to assume you've seen it already, she dies. The Raven kills her in a very heartfelt speech she gives at the very end of Let Me Be Brave. And ultimately it shows her dying because it's emblematic of what the companion should be and what she had turned into. Here's the thing about Clara in this episode, or throughout Series 9. More and more, she was taking on the role of the Doctor herself, due to the Doctor sometimes not being in a situation where he could be very doctorish himself. Now, this has happened before, where companions had to take more charge in the TARDIS. Clara is not the first one to do this, but Clara is the first one to eventually take on the Doctor's hubris. You see, the companion is there to sometimes ground the Doctor, keep him grounded, or let him know how he's gone too far. But Clara, by taking on the Raven, she said something in the story where this is the Doctor's thing. The Doctor would do the same thing, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this on myself. I'm going to become like the Doctor. And look what happens. She ends up dying. So what happens, this kind of shows, or is emblematic of what happens when hubris takes hold of you. And also it happens when the companion, her position gets too far where she or he ends up becoming like the Doctor, too much like the Doctor's bad sides, or the side of him that is very, self-sacrificing himself. You end up accidentally falling because you fell away from possibly your original calling or your original premise, which is you're there to keep the Doctor grounded. But if you turn into the Doctor, or too much turn into the Doctor yourself, you're going to end up falling, or you're going to end up becoming something you were not meant to be. It could be emblematic of that. I could be wrong, though. That could have not been the message. It could have been something else entirely. This is the perspective I got out of it. If you have another perspective, I will respect it while still respecting my own. Long story short, this is not going to be a long review because, quite frankly, Sarah did a fantastic job writing this. You know, I said that Series 9 is like a basketball. It bounces up and down between terrible episodes or excellent episodes. Face the Raven is definitely one of the best episodes of Series 9. It's paced very well. It looks amazing. The enunciation is overall very good. I understand what most of the actors are always saying. So everything about it is overall quite perfect. This is definitely one of the best seasons. Oh, no, sorry, best seasons. Why did I say seasons? I definitely don't think this is the best season of New Who. This is definitely one of the best episodes of Series 9 by far, and I kind of wish it had been this way before in many ways, and it would continue to be this way afterwards. But things begin to fall apart very quickly after this, as it fell apart very quickly before this episode. But Sarah Dollard, or Dollard, I'm still going to say Dollard, it's easy for me. Sarah Dollard, you did a fantastic job writing this story. Those who do not like it, no problem, it's how you feel. I understand why you might not like this story, but personally, I think it's definitely one of the best stories of Series 9, which is not saying very much, but still, it means something. So guys, this is my review of Face the Raven. Eventually you'll see my review in Heaven Sent and Hell Bent. But right now, all is right in the world. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Peace out, guys.